Podcast. I'm your host, DeShawn Miller. Welcome in. This is episode 5 of the Elevated Space Podcast. And thanks for coming back, right? You got other places to be, but I'm glad you're here with me. And yes, please reach out to me on all platforms. Elevated Space, all platforms, except for TikTok. We ain't got that squared away yet, but every other platform, I'm there. The Elevated Space. Also, feel free to email me at theelevatedspace@gmail.com with any questions, comments, concerns, or if you want a question, I should have the answer. I've done a lot of things in my life, have a lot of knowledge up here in this noggin of mine that I can pass out to you and have it, and hopefully it'll help you get through. And matter of fact, maybe if it ain't me, maybe somebody in the comments will help you, or maybe, you can read something that, maybe trigger something to help you along your path. Yeah, I don't know everything. I just know a lot, And I ain't saying I'm always right, just usually, you know what I mean? Anyway, feel free to hit me at the Elevated Space, at gmail.com. And with all your questions, comments, and concerns. I actually already got one comment, and that will be on the next podcast, so stay tuned for that. How was your week, everybody? I hope your week was great. I hope it was fantastic. Mine was good. Went out to, we'll put it this way. It was pedestrian, right? It was pedestrian, but usually my weeks are good. I have a good time. I'm hanging out, especially with my lady that I love so much. Hanging out with my lady. And, but we hit a lot of spots, hit this one spot actually. We was out having drinks out in Inglewood. Yeah, we was out in Inglewood. I don't know. I think that was last Friday night. We was out in Inglewood hanging out, and there was like a new skating rink that popped up, a black-owned skating rink that popped up out there. So we went out there and showed them some gratuity. Sunshine Skate Center is the name out in Inglewood. Actually seen your man D Smoke there from the rap contest that Cardi B was on. The rap contest with Cardi B was on. I think Luda was on there too. But D Smoke, he was out there. We was hanging out. Not hanging out like I was with him hanging out, but he was there as I was there skating. We'll put it that way. It was a good time, man. So it was, they was playing Afro beats. We was, grooving to the shit. It's been it's probably been about 12 years since my feet have touched some skates, some wheels. And I look like an ostrich out there. My legs is going all types of places. I'm falling, hyperextending my elbow, trying to catch myself on, from busting my face open. But it was a good time. It was really, really, really fun. And, if you out here in LA, you out here near Inglewood, it's good. It's a good time. Me and my lady was out there. We, she was looking like a pro and I'm looking like a novice, but it is what it is. I was like, I need some help. Cause I just assumed I could just get out there and just get it done. Like it was back in the day, like in the early 90s, you know what I mean? Cause I used to be able to do all that stuff, you know what I mean? Skate backwards and stuff, man, that shit is long gone, player. You definitely lose it. Once it's like riding a bike, nah, nigga. I was trying my damnedest to not look like a fool, but it was not working out. I hit the turf many a times. It hurt my ass bone, but it was fun nonetheless. I thought it made it more fun that I was hitting the ground, but yeah, man, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? The Sunshine Skate Center, I think it was. Yeah, out in Inglewood. That was dope. It was dope. Again, black owned. Again, we got to be intentional on the way we spending our money. Black owned. So, but it was a good experience. It was a really good experience. And so, and it was some, look, there's some dudes out there that can really skate. It was this dude out there with these tiny ass skates, like literally these skates like this big. there's, you know what I'm saying, the skates, it was like the size of, like, silver dollars. I'll give him the size of silver dollars, if that much, right? Like, and he was amazing. He was probably one of the times I bust my ass, because he was just out there, just like, doing all types of shit, and I was afraid. I'm, like, wobbly, scared I'm gonna hit him and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right. You know, and so I was trying to avoid not, like, fucking up his vibe, and, you know what I'm saying, I hit the turf, but that was, like, the 97th time I've already been down, so it wasn't no big deal. But, honestly, yo, it was a good time. And that was impromptu. You know, I'm more of that guy, you know, hey, it's fine, let's do it. You got something to do? Fine, let's do it. Hopefully it'll be, you know what I'm saying, it'll be good, it'll be better, but, so it was a good time. It was a good time. So, usually I start this off with some football, but this week's game was so. So it wasn't really much, right? To that I had the problem. My Browns took an L. No, I'm sorry. They won. That's surprising. So now they're 1-2. They won. I don't know how they did. I ain't gonna hold you. They actually won. But they should have lost. We gonna keep it real. Because they waited till the, you know what I'm saying, to the last minute to fucking do something. But they found a way to pull it out. So, go Browns. Hey, look. But, you know, Baltimore lost too. So, that's what's up. I don't know how the Steelers are leading the division. I think they're tied with the Bengals, but, you know, they ain't gonna be long. Bengals is garbage. Joe Burrow is gone. He's out of there. And the Steelers... They the Steelers. They ain't worth shit. So, we ain't gotta worry about them. So, as long as we keep pace with the Baltimore Ravens, we'll be in good shape. We can win that division. Ain't nobody running away with that. And Aaron Rodgers, he's got about 37 minutes before he fucking injures himself and be out of the game. That motherfucker is cooked. I know I said something about Patrick Mahomes last week, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he's done. He is done. I don't know what they hoping for, but we'll see. Not to mention, hey, it's against my motto, creed. I hate the Steelers as, you know what I'm saying? I hate the Steelers as a gang, a label, and as a motherfucking crew. Like, no, there's no way we rooting for the Steelers, right? So, so I hope they fail at everything that they do. Drafting, everything. I hope they fail and have everything I hope is bad. Like, yes, I'm a hater. Like, I hate you. I hate you and everything about you, right? I hope that everything you do is terrible. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it with that. Oh, no, I can't forget. I got dumped, y'all. I got dumped. Fuck out of here. Like, I couldn't believe it, right? Not by my lady, but by my barber. You believe that shit? Like, this is some bullshit. So, like, I went in to go get my hair cut the other day. Check out the fade. It's dope. Check out the fade. You know what I mean? You know, check out the fade. So, I went to go see my barber. And that nigga moving. He's like, yeah, it's going to be the last time I cut your hair. I've got to move to the Bay. You know, me and my lady, we moving out to the Bay. And I'm like, oh, stop. No, Selby, it ain't so. What are you doing? Like, no, please. I suck your dick, nigga. Like, please, don't leave. Like, you know how hard it is to find a new barber, bro? Like, I've been in this situation before. It's tough. It's tough trying to find a barber, bro. And it's like losing a, you know, okay, all right, level with me, man. Y'all ever have a woman or something, like, you know what I'm saying, that's she just know how to tickle you here, you know what I'm saying, that shit, it fits right, you know what I'm saying, it just like, you know what I'm saying, but it dissolves for whatever reason, you hate to see her go. It's kind of like that, bro. He know exactly. I ain't got to tell him. I sit down in the chair, and it's just like, I ain't got to say nothing, man. Or we just talking about everything else except the cut. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. So it sucks Because I've had a problem with some barbers before. You know what I mean? I've had a barber where they got the yips. It's like, okay, no, we can't. You know, they like, yeah. So, oh, damn it, man. I've had some issues with barbers before, right? So you try, because sometimes you walk into a barber, you walk into the club, not the club, but it's kind of like that, right? You trying to find out what lady to holler at, but you walk into a new barber shop, and you looking around, you like, oh, okay, all right, I can see that. And it ain't till you sit down, you choose the barber till you realize, man, you looking across the way like, damn it, I should have chose him. But then you kind of locked in. You got to kind of come back. He kind of set you up, maybe get you the loyalty card or something like that. It's like, man, now I'm committed. And you be looking at the other guy all the other side like, man, his face is sharp. Well, now you committed to this bum ass motherfucker. Like, yeah. Believe me, I have been on the barber hunt before, and now I feel like I gotta go get it again. Either way, shout out to Jeffrey, that he about to move to the Bay. Jeffrey Brown, I believe is his last name. I don't know what his Instagram handle is. I wish I could shout him out right now. But he going to the Bay. There's going to be a lot of people more familiar with him and happy that they have him. Meanwhile, I'm going to be looking crazy as I look for a replacement. But whatever, man. I guess it's how the game goes. Anyway. So, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Charlie Kirk. I feel like I am exhausted with this topic, even though I could pull out my tinfoil hat right now because I got so many conspiracy theories on this shit. I'm going to let that pass because it's too much. It's too much, yo. So, but they did have like a WWE style funeral for this dude. Like the president was there. Like it was like it was crazy. But I get it. Hey, that's your hero, right? Okay, bless him. Well, you know, I ain't gonna say much more because I don't want my shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, they hemming motherfuckers up for this shit. So I'm a watch my mouth. But what I will say is though, there was a bill that passed through Congress to honor Charlie Kirk, right? And so that's the shit that pisses me off. Like, it's one thing if the right want to celebrate this man and give him all his flowers for what he's doing and what he has done. But, like, it's another thing when we are co-signing this shit. And I say we as the Democrats. Because, again, I feel like I'm an independent. But more and more, I used to be an independent, I should say. But more and more, I feel like I have no choice but to be Democrat. I have to be the voice of the opposition because the right has just become so fucking insane. Like, there almost is no other party to choose at this point. You have no options. It's either insanity or reality, right? And so, but I do realize that the Democrats have their problem as well. But it's more philosophy on how to get, the most people covered by healthcare, on how to get, some real live gun legislation passed, or how to get, or how to just help people in general versus the Sith Lord and everything that they're doing over there. This really feels like some Star Wars Return of the Jedi shit. Like, matter of fact, no, it's like episode 3 where, Anakin came and killed all the Jedi Knights. Oh, no, I'm trying to knock over my microphone. But we gonna keep it running. It's like when Anakin came and killed all the Jedi Knights, right? It's like when Anakin came, killed all the Jedi Knights just so there would be nothing after him. Or this is even like the Black Panther when, what I'm saying, when your man, what's his name? B. Jordan or whatever. Can't remember further. Where B. Jordan came in there, he's like, oh, yo, no, yeah, we ain't gonna need none of the rest of this shit. Kill it. Yeah. Burn all that shit. I'm the king forever now. That's the way it feels now. This dude is actually. Anyway, we're gonna get into that later. Let's move on. Anyhow, so like they passed this measure to honor Charlie Kirk, right? So we'll just say this. What does it say? They urge, it says, leaders at every level, government, education, and media to stand united, unequivocally condemning political violence regardless of their ideology. Dog, word. And the Dems helped to pass this measure to like honor this dude, which I don't understand. Like, there was only 2 Democrats that voted. There was only 2, I should say, white Democrats that voted no on this measure. The rest of the whiteys voted yes to approve this fucking bullshit. And see, and that's the thing. That's the thing that fucking pisses me off when I'm like, oh yeah, like you ain't got no other side but to choose. But when you still fucking co-signing this bullshit. So you'll say one thing, but when it's time to get on the record, here we are approving this shit. Nah, dog, we can't have this fucking ambiguity. We can't have this, you know what I'm saying, this both ways shit. Either you win it or you ain't. Get the fuck out of here. Step to the sideline. Because honestly, you ain't about this life. Because you cannot fucking approve this shit. You can't. So, like, and some Democrats like voted just present. Like they wouldn't even put a vote on it. No, bitch. Put your name on the motherfucking record. Put your name on a bullet. Put your name on a bullet. And see, and that's the thing, man. It's just like you're afraid you're going to lose. They hate your guts no matter what anyway. So, like, whether you vote for it or not, you're still the villain. So why try to appease these motherfuckers? Like, just say, nah, I ain't doing it. And see, and that's the problem. It's this half-ass shit that the Democrats find themselves in. I keep saying we, but it's not a we thing. I just wish the Democrats would show more spine. Like, the Republicans be up there like, hey, no. And they be all saying the same thing. It's all the same talking points. They be on message. The Democrats, you can't even condemn this fucking racist bullshit. This fucking pisses me off. Like, and it's just like what the fuck? Like, it's like, oh, we gotta, like, oppose political violence, no matter the ideology. Where the fuck was this energy when the senator got killed? And they got shot over there in Minnesota? Where was that fucking energy? Huh? Where is the fucking same shit? Where is it? You always say, oh, no matter the side. But it wasn't there. Nancy Pelosi and her husband, you know what I'm saying, got attacked. Where is the fucking energy on the political violence? Where the fuck was that shit there? Huh? That's what I'm saying. It's just like, it's only our side that can be aggrieved, right? And everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Nah, what the fuck? That's the shit that fucking pisses me off. It's going to be the same side. Let it be the same side. It's the same shit like with police brutality, right? So I ain't got no problem. I know when I get pulled over by the cops, I'm about to get fucked up, right? Or I'm about to be accosted in some way I don't deserve. Yeah, but when the whites get, like, if they were getting the same fucking treatment, I would be okay with that. At least I know we were both working on the same playbook. Like, it was happening over here, it's happening over here. Got it. But no, that's not what happens. See, and it's the same thing with the left and the right at this point. It's like, all right, we can say whatever the fuck we want, but when you say it, nah, it's a problem. Nah, I can't have that. And you cannot have these fucking feckless Democrats, just these spineless cockless cucks of Democrats just like, okay, no, fuck that shit. And see, that's the problem. Like, we need to get on some more like, hey, nigga, what up? Throw up your sign, throw up your gang sign. Sorry, hey, I ain't gang affiliated or none of that. Please do not cover my mentions, none of that shit. Fuck all that shit. I ain't gang affiliated. But no, we need to pick a side, nigga. You got on red, I'm seeing you. Like, you got on blue, nigga, I'm coming to see you. It needs to be in that type of energy. And I can't have this shit no more like that. You know what I mean? Like, anyway. And again, they're talking about, oh, no political violence, no battered ideology. It's all political violence. It's all political violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, police brutality is physical violence. Political violence, I should say. Police brutality is political violence. January 6th, that's political violence. Where the fuck is this energy? Like, on the left, condemning this shit. I get it. They want to go through the proper process. But no, fuck that shit. The gloves are off. The gloves are off. We ain't doing this shit like, oh, yeah, no. And see, and that's the thing, man. Some of these Democrats are still operating off the same fucking playbook. No, these motherfuckers are running the spread offense. They running the spread offense. Like, it's like, no, like, you can't cover everybody. But you know what you're going to have to decide to do? You're going to have to just decide to blitz. You're going to have to just, like, look, all right, fuck it. We just going to have to get there before the outlet pass. We going to, like, you just have to. Anyway, they're sorry for putting a football reference to people that might not understand, but it is like, yo, we have to start getting aggressive with our condemnation, with our rebuttals, and with our with just our attack. That's what we need. We need to be on attack mode instead of the regression. But anyway, but yes, what I'm saying, January 6th is political violence. Dead ass. And so 58 Democrats oppose a resolution, rather. 38, hold on, I'm gonna get this right. 58 Democrats opposed a revolution, while 38 voted present, and 22 did not vote at all. Like, I feel these motherfuckers like just, they're spineless, they're feckless in their opposition. Like, again, it's all words. There's no action. There's no type of substance behind this opposition that they show. I need more energy. I need more passion from these leaders. Like, I need more. I need more. Like Hakeem Jeffries, who is the speaker for the fucking House, just got up there again talking about, we just don't want any type of political violence. Shut the fuck up, you bitch ass nigga. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, they're all violent. That's what they are about. It's violence. It's in their blood. That's what they are about. Again, they are shooting on each other. This is like a circular firing squad right now at this point. But yet we're sitting here worried about, what you're going to think. You're worried about fucking re-election. There might not be another re-election, you bitch ass nigga. This is the type of energy I need y'all to be on. It might not be a fucking re-election. These motherfuckers are playing for keeps. Sorry, I try not to cuss as much, but I need to emphasize how strong this threat is. They are changing the game out here, and yet we got these people sitting here talking about, I don't want it to be political violence. It's already there. We're already here. If you scared, get a dog, bitch. We're already here. So, like, I ain't trying to hear none of this shit. Like, you know, I like, dog, no. Miss me with that shit. Because, again, even with, you know, Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. Bullshit. That time is over. We had that time. I get it. At that time, that's what it was. That time is gone. They ain't playing like that. They don't respect that game. So why do we keep playing it? Why do we keep playing it? Excuse me. You know, and honestly, what bothers me about this whole thing is just this rewriting of history. All right. What bothers me about this thing is the rewriting of history. They monument this guy again. They have the whole the Arizona. I forget what the stadium's called, but the you know where the Cardinals play. They got this whole stadium filled up with haters to celebrate the life of this man that caused. They tried to do nothing but cause division. So it's like, and it's the hero worship. The hero worship is a problem for me. It feels like the biggest gaslighting in history. This is like Guinness World Records type of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if there was a record for the biggest gaslight, this would be it. Where they're trying to make the whole world believe this dude was some great guy. And anybody saying anything opposed will be reprimanded for saying the opposition. Y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch out. These are dangerous times. I am trying to tell y'all. Yo, Lord, if you listening, help! It is a problem, yo. It is a problem. Help! But it's the rewriting of history that's a problem for me. Right? It like they're busy shaping the narrative, right? It's like, oh, excuse me. They're busy shaping the narrative. Like, and that's the same thing that we was doing with the book bans and things of that nature. Again, there's this shaping of narrative, of culture that they're trying to do. And it's a reframing of history. And it's on us, who gonna check me, boo? Because again, I take these books out of the, I ban these books, they go away. Who's gonna check me? Who's gonna say that I'm wrong? Right? So, like, and as we become more reliant on digital history, right? So you got AI and you can do all these things. You know, you have digital books, right? No, like not a lot of people are reading books anymore. It becomes more digital. They are able to manipulate that data. You don't have the hard copy any longer, so you can't go back to the reference. Like, oh, no. Look, nope. Page 64. It says it right here. Be careful of that. We need to start keeping record of our history on our own. We can no longer rely on a white man or anybody else to hold it for us. Because they are able and will, and they are able to and will manipulate that data to show their narrative. Because again, you're seeing it in real time with this Charlie Kirk shit. How they are like reframing everything. Just a narrative. Literally in real time. What do you think they'll do about the shit in the past? That's why they're taking all the books out of the fucking schools with slavery in it. It's called or reframe it, calling it indentured servitude or things of that nature. They're reframing the whole history, our whole history. That's why they're going into the Smithsonian and removing all types of articles and shit. Because they don't want that. They don't want their fucking history on display. White history on display. The savageness of it. They don't want it on display. They're ashamed of it. Which is crazy. They're ashamed of their history, but at the same time trying to repeat it. It's fucking weird. They're ashamed of the shit. Want to get it out of the fucking Smithsonian because no, it's. But at the same time, they are trying to repeat it. Just saying, man. Shit is weird over here. It is getting spooky in these streets. Halloween's coming, but it's not just a game anymore. And these motherfuckers ain't wearing masks. You saw them. I had it in the last episode, in the last podcast when it was out in the streets. I said in Newport Beach, or I don't remember. It was somewhere out in California on the West Coast, where they out in the streets talking about white men. You know what I'm saying? White men take back your streets. Yeah, that's not what this pod is about. So I'm gonna stay on focus. We gonna get back to that, but please believe, like they are trying to, you know what I'm saying, this type of whitewashing of history. It's crazy, and the way that we let them get it all off, like the AI, like, and again, the AI information, or we'll just say, like these guys, like okay. What's his name? Elon Musk sold Gronk, the AI bot, to the U.S. government for 65 cents. 65 cents a month. I don't even know what that is. But whatever it is, it's too cheap. So now, what we thought AI was like an independent type of answer service is now about to be regulated by the government. They're about to start telling you the things like, so when you ask a question that they don't want you to have the answer to, you won't have that answer. Like, they won't give you the answer that you really need. The real answer to the question that you've asked. So, like, again, we can't be reliant on these digital tools. That's how the brain atrophies. Like, hey, I was born in the 1990s. I'm sorry, I wasn't born in the 1990s, but I was born in the 1970s. I'm a product of the 90s. Like, I know what it was to walk around with all this digital stuff. Like, I know how to read a map. But the problem is, when you don't know that that physical copy exists and you're so reliant on Google Maps, you won't know how to go back and check the record and prove it wrong. You're just gonna go by what it tells you to go. And then when you end up in the wrong place, you know what I'm saying? When you end up in the wrong place, you're like, whose fault is that? Is it theirs for giving you false information? Or is it yours for not finding out the true information in the first place? Just saying, man, we need to, I get it. It's very convenient to be on your phone. I get it. But you still need to be, we need to start recording our history. We need to start recording our history. Like, make sure you have hard copies of, like, things that matter to you. Like, make sure you have those copies. Because it's going to be harder and harder to come by of that material. The more and more things become digital, the less you're going to have access to those things that mean things to you. Or, you know, like your family's history or whatever. Or showing the white man's history, their savagery. Right? So, you know, because they don't want to be held accountable for it. They ain't trying to pay reparations. So they're going to avoid all, or they're going to erase all that shit. They're already doing it. They make it seem like slavery wasn't no big deal. Already they're doing it. But that's a much harder whitewash than Charlie Kirk. It's a much harder whitewash to do slavery because it was like 400 years, right? So it's a much harder whitewash to get done than Charlie Kirk. But they are attempting to do it. And at a certain point, they ain't gonna have to do it. It's gonna be get back in that field and pick that cotton, nigger. At this point, it probably won't be cotton. It's gonna be strawberries or some shit. Because they're getting rid of all the Mexicans. Hey, man. Hey, look. I'm just saying. Hey, I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Keep handle of the shit that makes sense to you as far as you got to start keeping your own records. You can't rely on this digital age, right? Because, again, like what they say, if a tree falls in the forest and ain't nobody there to hear it, did that tree actually fall? And that's exactly what they're going to start doing with slavery. Like, I don't see nothing. Now, did that actually happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to start doing the same thing. Watch what I'm telling you. Listen to me now. Believe me later on in the future. Like, that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to start being like, now slavery didn't happen. They already trying to do it and make it seem like slavery ain't that bad and trying to make it seem like, oh, no, you're just trying to make it seem like white people are terrible. Yes, you are. But that ain't it. We just trying to, you know what I'm saying, document our history so you don't whitewash it or erase it. But eventually it's going to come to a point like, that didn't happen. Can you prove it? Right? It's going to happen like, oh, that happened. But can you prove it? That's the problem. You're not going to be able to prove your existence. And honestly, if they have their way and you like, okay, I hate to be talking in morbid terms, but we're all going to die. Me, you, your mother, your sister, your brother, your auntie, everybody, your kids, everybody's going to die. If you don't leave a legacy in a few generations, shit is gone, right? Nobody will remember you and your existence. So it becomes easy and easier the further we get away from slavery for them to deny the shit. For them to deny the horrors. No, bitch. I'm going to keep it right here forefront for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I ain't going to let you do that, B. We gonna keep it front and center for as long as it takes. Forever and ever. Amen. Fuck you. And that's why, fuck you and fuck your feelings for that matter. We gonna keep it front and center because your bitch ass ain't getting away with this shit. Because again, no matter how hard you have tried to stop us, no matter how much you have done to degrade us, and no matter how much you have done to stop us excelling, yet and still we strive. Right? Yet and still we are better. And we don't have to resort to this bitch ass shit that y'all do. Trying to, in every turn, stop us from getting better and better and better and better. So when you do that DEI shit, motherfucker, you know how much better we have to be than you to get that position in the first fucking place? Do you know how much harder we have to work to even be considered a candidate? Not much less higher in that fucking position. We are better than you. We have to be. So no, this is not us. Like, no, we are going to be that. We will continue to be that. And we don't have to put you down to be so. We just are. We just are. We don't have to make sure you don't get ahead. Matter of fact, we don't even have that opportunity. We don't even have that choice. We're just better. And we will continue to be. It's only so much. We will eventually rule this earth if y'all don't take it over. It's close. It's close, bro. Like, whew. They trying. But we gonna figure this out. I got off on a tangent. Let's continue moving forward. But we'll just say the media manipulation of this section or this area, right, is part of it, right? So when you even look at Jimmy Kimmel, right? So you're looking at Jimmy Kimmel, and he wasn't canceled necessarily for what he said. It's because the president wanted him to be canceled. It wasn't like he said something so egregious that was like, how could you? The president just wanted him canceled. So what stops them from canceling anybody else? Me. Because I said this and them coming breaking down my door and saying, hey, you an enemy of the state. Anybody else for that matter. The hold on his government has only gotten stronger. It's a chokehold on his government. And he is knocking down all the safeguards protecting him from it. And I need people to understand the severity of the situation. And I don't feel like there's an urgency here in this matter. That's why I'm doing this. I need people to understand what's happening here. I need people to understand what we need to do. What's happening and how we need to combat it. And so, like, all right, like Jimmy Kimmel, even though he got cut, he went back to his show on, like, I think it was Wednesday. He went back to his show on Wednesday. And I mean, ratings, I don't know. It was like crazy ratings. I ain't even gonna try to guess what they were. But certain entities, we'll just say, no, fuck that. We'll call them out by name. Like Sinclair Broadcasting is like, how do I explain it? It's like, they've been going through and buying up local news stations. They've been doing this for a while, for years now. So they've been going through buying up local stations. And so they're up to almost 200 stations. And I could get to, like, there's another company, Nexstar and stuff, and they're doing the same thing. But for simplicity's sakes, I ain't going to get into the details of all that. We'll just say Sinclair is, they're a problem. And I'm going to tell you, and like, so you can, and I get it, right? Right? This is the country, right? Capitalists, you want to just try to, get as much as you want. But when you go around, when you have one company just going around gobbling up the local media stations, you get this.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
The El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Yeah, see? Yeah, that's a problem. That's a fucking problem. Like, and so when you are able to manipulate, again, not only through people's phone, you're able to through people's television screen, and you're able to manipulate all the data and the information and the narrative that you see. That's how we get black trumpets out here, like going against their own interests, because, you know, again, it's all this programming out here. That's why we need to be intentional with our support. Yes, please subscribe, like, and subscribe to this program. I'm going to be a little self-indulgent. Yes, like and subscribe to this program. And not just me, all the other, all the other black programs that you might find interesting, right? And again, you ain't got to watch, just support. When it comes up on your feed, just skip it. That's fine. But we got to show the numbers. We got to show the support that, you know what I'm saying, we want to hear this type of rhetoric. We want to hear this type of engage, show the engagement for us, right? And so, yeah, please. I ain't ashamed to say it. Please like and subscribe and share and all the other shit. Please do that. We got to have our own media outlets. But please just support. Hey, like what's her name? The girl from I don't even remember the name of the damn thing. I used to watch the show. Where she's like, hey, yeah, I'm rooting for everybody black. What's her name? Oh, Jesus Christ, this is like killing me. I can't even remember her name, but whatever. I'm sure. Hey, let me know in the comments. I cannot remember her name right now. Anyway, but yeah, so like, hey, I'm rooting for everybody black, and we all can eat. Like, and that's the thing. We just need to be intentional with our support. That's all. Slight left turn. We're gonna talk about the Supreme Court. Okay, so during his first presidential run, when I was screaming to the mountaintops to nobody, like everybody in my circle, like, oh please, like we can't let this motherfucker win. It really wasn't about him, because at this point I was actually still open to a Republican presidency. Obama had just lost, and again, I feel like I am independent. But once I start realizing, when I started watching the Republican debates, and I was like, oh, there's no way I can vote for Republican when they're up there trying to argue with each other on who is more racist. There was like no way I could do this, right? So, but I also knew that looking at the Supreme Court, that it was even more dire that we hire. I was gonna like replace that word with something else, but no, that's a correct term, because we hire these motherfuckers to be our representatives, right? So you hire your state representatives, you hire, your city representatives, your state representatives, and even the federal representative, which is the president of the United States. We hire these people to do the job and do our bidding as we would like it, right? So the more I watched the Republican debates, there was no way I was going to do that, right? But I did notice, though, that you had Ruth Bader Ginsburg that was, about to, I didn't know she was checking out, but she was definitely up there in age. It was time for her to go. She should have left during Obama's term. I don't know what they had in that. They just expected Hillary to win. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be some woman power type of thing. And then she lost, and it was like, oh, damn. And then Ruth Bader Ginsburg just checked out. So then she got replaced. I think it was Brett Kavanaugh, if I'm not mistaken. So like it's just like, and that again, and so Trump has put in his judges on this stage, on the stand. And I think that's more important than even Trump being president. Because the Supreme Court shapes the laws of this country for decades to come. Because these are lifetime positions. They're not like the president that can only serve a maximum of 8 years. We'll see about that, because I'm sure he's about to try to push for another term. It's not like that. These are lifetime positions that gets filled up. And they shape the fabric of this country for decades. That's why I knew it was like, oh, he cannot get elected. But when he did that, I mean, all right, it is what it is. And then he lost. All right, cool. I thought we was done. I thought we defeated Voldemort. But now here he comes back with a vengeance. And this motherfucker is so, like, again, the first time was a test run. He didn't really know what he was doing. It was really kind of like, This time, he knows the playbook. He knows how he lost. And he is coming back much better. Like, he is coming back knowing all the answers to the test. Dangerous. Dangerous. He had time to sit back, plot, and plan. And now this time, this motherfucker is dangerous. Like 4 years can go by that real quick. Like, you ever been on a job for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I just came here, like, I just needed to check. Next thing you know, you in here, yeah, shit, it's been 3 years already. Same way. It's probably like, oh shit, damn, I'm about to leave already. Then he got back in. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it right this time. And child, he getting it done. Anyway, so now he's already, not to mention just the Supreme Court, he has put in more judges, like at the federal, at the federal state levels, than in his 4 years. And forget where he's at now. In his 4 years, he left office the first time, he put in more judges in his 4 years than Obama did in 8. So not to mention just that. So again, he has put his army in place, his Sith Lords in place to do his bidding. Now he's got the Supreme Court. He's already done 2 nominations, right? He's already done 2 nominations. Maybe can even get another 2. These are lifetime positions. They're not changing. So they will frame. And okay, so y'all might think I'm overstepping, like, you know what I mean, in my, what, you know, oh, you know, you might not understand the importance of this shit. All right? So, all right. I'm sure you have heard, or hopefully you have heard of the FTC, right? That's the Federal Trade Commission. So these people, this agency is an independent agency that goes, or that like watches the stock market. They sent Martha Stewart to jail, right? These are motherfuckers that sent Martha Stewart to jail. But they're an independent watch agency that, just watches market action, make sure people ain't cheating in the market, make sure companies ain't, acting, basically doing illegal shit. Excuse me. Their principal mission basically is to protect consumers and to make sure companies aren't doing antitrust things. So making monopolies and, cornering markets and things of that nature, making it unfair for the little businessmen to get ahead, right? Because again, in this capitalist society, I've spoke about this before, in this capitalist society, they make sure that, the big companies keep, getting bigger and bigger. Like, so just like, Walmart, Amazon, everything. But once these companies get bigger and eclipse other companies and, swallow up other companies and just get bigger and bigger, the smaller mom and pop stores don't have a chance, don't have a they just don't have a foothold in the community. They start dying off, and then that's what sparks the lack of competition. So yeah, so it seems like, it always seems like a good idea when you have these Amazons or Walmarts, and then they come in and they kill all the business around, and then I monopolize the market, and then I can raise the price. That's the game, right? It's the game. If I can eliminate, it's like the drug game, eliminate the competition, corner the market, and then raise the price. It's a drug game. But so the FTC is here to stop that, to make sure that doesn't happen. That companies aren't doing that. So when you talk about the Sinclair media that we talked about earlier, or the Next Star, right? They are attempting to do that. And again, some would say that's why they try to push Jimmy Kimmel off of the airway, because they're looking at a merger, or to be able to monopolize that industry. But that's really not talked about that much. But that's what they say that is, right? So that's what that's for. That's that agency, right? Even right now, we'll just say the FTC is, and like this week, it started and finished the court saying that Amazon Prime, or Amazon, was guilty of basically swindling customers, basically saying that it tricked and trapped their customers into getting an Amazon Prime membership, and made it too difficult or confusing for them to cancel the subscription. And so they held them accountable and made them pay for it, right? So the trial started and it's over. But again, that's the powers of the FTC, right? It's to make sure that you're not gouging the people, right? Because let these companies do what they do at their own devices, they'll do it every single time. It doesn't matter who they hurt, who is affected. As long as they can make that coin, as long as they can keep flipping that bottom dollar, they gonna do it. And so there's got to be agencies in place to stop them from doing this. So anyway, also this week, the Supreme Court gave Trump the permission to fire the head of the FTC. And not just the FTC, all the other regulatory agencies. This is a problem, folks. This is a problem. And the problem is not just that, there's Trump with more power. That's a problem. Because again, these are supposed to be independent agencies. They're supposed to operate independent of the government. So no matter who is in office, should be able to regulate these things. And you might say, what's the problem? Right? So, excuse me. Like, what's the problem? Well, they're basically, he's been working on neutering. Basically, he's been neutering all these government agencies, like their effectiveness, we'll say. Now he's been given the opportunity to just straight up fire the people if they don't agree, and then put his own people in charge. Like, I just don't understand. Like, it's okay. For instance, the EPA, right? The Environmental Protection Agency. There was a case in 2022, basically saying that the EPA can no longer regulate all of the wetlands. Again, they're like confining their scope and their reach and their enforcement powers because they want to let these companies go and do whatever the fuck they want. Okay, let me give you an example. So let's say I own Acme Company. Okay, Looney Tunes. Let's say I own Acme Company, and in Acme Company, I make widgets. Okay, so I make said widgets, and with my widgets, when I make my widgets, it lets off, there's a press, I make these widgets, and when I do, it lets off, we'll just say it's a chemical runoff that I should have to, the EPA would make me dispose of that properly. Without this type of regulation, I can now say, all right, well, I ain't got to pay this money to dispose of this properly. I just dump it in this river right here next to the black folks. Because that's where it always is, next to us. Because usually that's where the land is cheapest, next to us. So that's where they build their factories, next to us. Because that's where they can get us to work for the cheaper, next to us. And so, yeah, I'll just put my toxic chemicals into this water source that these black people got to drink. So I pay them shit wages and they got to drink shit. Yeah, that's what the EPA is for, to make sure that Acme Widget Company doesn't poison your fucking waters. But this is what they have done. Killing that shit. Yeah. Like, they have done that with that 22, and again, that's what the EPA fucking does. Make sure you're not drinking shit water. But it's not just that, right? So, like, it's not just the water, it's also the air, right? So let's say my Acme Company is, spewing toxic shit in the air that people gotta breathe. You know who's supposed to do that? The EPA. You know who's supposed to say something about that? The EPA. And make sure the people down the way ain't breathing nothing and growing shit out their neck in fucking 10 years. Or have you ever seen those commercials where they're like, do you know anybody that has mesothelioma? Or do you know anybody that has, was working? Yes. There's a reason why those commercials exist. Because they've been poisoning your black ass for the longest time. And that's what the EPA is for, to make sure that doesn't happen. But again, it's not about that anymore. It's not about the people. It's all about the profit. It's all about the fucking profit. Like dead ass. So when that happens, we can't forget that's what these things are in place. And so as they're knocking down all the safeguards that have been put in place for the people's benefits to stop them from being basically spit upon or pissed upon by these corporations when they put in a Acme centers. You know what I mean? All those stuff is now, because you'd be like, that's what the Republicans talking about. Oh, we need less government. We need less government. Yeah, to do this fucking shit. Less regulations. So you can do this shit. You can poison the earth. At the very least. The Supreme Court is ridiculously important. Let's not forget when they did the fucking Muslim ban. Remember that? And people are so quick to forget. Remember the Muslim ban? The Supreme Court upheld that he could do that shit? Stop all the brown people from coming in the country. Yet, motherfuckers from Nova Scotia somewhere can come over here. You know what I'm saying? Scandinavians can come over this motherfucker, no problem. But y'all happen to say, oh, he ain't racist. Shithole countries. So quick that we forget this shit. This motherfucker has been a terror. We ain't even got to go to the Central Park 5 and the other shit he's been on. This motherfucker has been a terror. But yet, we are so quick to forget and forgive. No, we need to start taking notes. And I know that's in our DNA, right? Turn the other cheek, right? Nah. We need to start taking notes on these motherfuckers. We need to start taking notes. So yeah, just don't. I just, like, the Supreme Court is so important. Like, cause literally after Trump is long and gone, they are still going to be doing his bidding for decades to come, shaping the lives of your family members when you are long and gone. Anybody listening to this is long and gone. The things that the Supreme Court that he is putting in is going to be changing our lives for decades to come. That's why it's so important that we are like take advantage of this moment. There might not be another time that we can. There might not be another time. And I'm sorry if I'm. It feels like I'm hyperbolic or I'm like, no. There might not be another time. The time is now. The time is now. You got to be wary of him being able to fire the independent like these independent agencies, the heads of these independent agencies, because it just makes them more responsive to his billing and his will. So, but it's not just the EPA, right? It's the EPA, it's the FTC. We already talked about them. The FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. You saw him just trying to make it like, come after Tylenol and everything else. Like, you gotta watch, cause again, it's too much. Like, in the words of Whoopi Goldberg, America, you in danger, girl. You in danger, girl. That's for real. This dude he's wild. And it's kind of like, to all my chess heads out there, right? You know how sometimes when you find yourself being attacked and you got multiple chess pieces on your side and it's like, oh, whoa. And every time you move, it's like, check. 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 Yeah. You're only so far away from about to be in checkmate. They are that close to running the fucking Boston on our ass. And I mean, to put it in like football terms, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? To put it in football terms, everybody don't play chess. To put it in football terms, like the other team's in the red zone right now. They in the red zone. They scoring. Like, matter of fact, they up about 35-0. 35-3. I ain't gonna say we ain't got no points on the board, but they up 35-3. About to go ahead for the go ahead score. Not the fuck the go ahead score. they about to blow us out. And so we gotta put up a goal line stand here. We gotta make sure our D stands strong here in this moment. I get it. Cardi B is pregnant. Stephon Diggs ain't shit. I know. What other bullshit is going on right now? I don't even fucking know. Dame Dash talking on the Breakfast Club. Yeah. But we gotta stop being distracted by this bullshit. This fucking pop bullshit. There's always gonna be some shit. Anyway. Our D needs to stiffen up. Pause. Our D needs to stiffen up in this matter, right? All right, so what can we do? What can we do? Right? I don't want to be the person that's all talking about, oh, it's terrible, the British are coming, and not have solutions for us, right? So what can we do? We can do nothing, which I feel like is what we're doing now. That don't seem to be working. And again, that's what the fucking people, you know, your man's Ice Cube with his fucking, I don't know, whatever the fuck that plan was. Yeah, no vote without, whatever the fuck he was talking. I don't even remember what the shit it was. But I was, at the time, this is not the time, homie. Ain't the time. Your man Snoop Dogg and all the other motherfuckers that was like, yeah, Kanye, who was on my forever list with Candace Owens. Fuck him. But no, all of these people like cozying up to the president and anything like that. No, we could do nothing. Or we could play the opposition, which is like, you know, but I feel like they sold us down the river. I don't know if it was for a check, but I don't see why else you would do that. Because there's no good way you could look at both of these things and think they're the same. Even in hindsight, if you thought that at the time, I'm going to give you the blessing. If you thought that that was the case at the time, that Kamala Harris was the same as this shit, there's no way on God's green earth that you can think that they're still the same at this point. That the same actions would have like transpired now. All y'all that thought, you know, she wasn't black enough. She got an Indian mama. She put black man in jail. Most of these niggas need to go to jail. And even if you didn't, nigga, that was her job. She's a fucking prosecutor. That was her job. And some of y'all niggas need to be there. Let's just keep it a buck. So, no, I'm not like, I cannot sit here and be like, yeah, it would have been this. These are two wings of the same bird. Because when I look at the parties in the whole, I can see how you could see that. But no. These two candidates were so diametrically opposed, there was no middle ground here. So, yeah, no tangibles, no vote. That's what Ice Cube was saying. The fuck out of here. We ain't got no tangibles, and we about to fucking be back and picking cotton soon. Fucking dumbass. But yeah, no tangibles, no. And where the fuck this nigga at now? Ain't got nothing to say. He ain't nowhere now. He had everything to say before the fucking election. He was full of fucking words then. Where he at now? I ain't seen him since. He ain't nothing political since. That's fucking suspicious, nah? Just me? Where he at then? Where he at now? Where the fuck is he at now? I don't hear him saying shit. Yeah, no tangibles, no vote. We ain't got the tangibles, and we might not be able to vote no more. Where you at now, nigga? Fuck out of here. I digress. Like, shit, this fucking shit pisses me off. We shouldn't even be in this fucking predicament. The purpose of voting is to either elect who is going to help us the most or who is going to hurt us the least. That's it. Cause like that's it. We like, and again, neither one was him. That was not the choice for either of those questions. So I get it. A lot of people was duped. A lot of our people were duped. I got some people that I know that's still kind of talking this fucking bullshit. You cannot. At some point, you gotta just fucking be like, you know what, dog? No, I was wrong. But no, they rather stand in their shit and try to like defend their position instead of being like, you know what, nigga? No, I didn't expect this shit. Because there's no way. Because if you did, like, yeah, I got to look at you weird. And some of these people are intelligent people that I'm talking about. That has this type of like ideal or ideology, I guess you could say. There are some intelligent black folks. It's like been succumbed to this fucking cult. Yes, it's a cult. Anyway. I don't know. I just like, what can we do? I gotta go back to what can we do? There's a lot of things that we can do. We can do the thing that y'all I don't think are ready for. But what I think needs to be done is overthrow this whole fucking shit. Yeah, I mean that shit. I'm not being hyperbolic. Anybody see the fucking Nepal shit? Nepal. Fever Nepal. Fever Nepal. Yeah. They overthrew their whole government in a matter of a week. Kids, teenagers did it. Like, look, I'm going to show you. Look at this. Listen to this. Real quick. Listen to this.
I am present here today to immortalize a monumental change in the course of history. Nepal, our mother, this country gave us birth, nurtured us. But what did it ask in return? Just our honesty, our hard work, our contribution. But what are we doing? We are bounded by the chains of unemployment, fleeing abroad in search of opportunities. We are trapped by the selfish games of political parties. Corruption has woven a web that is extinguishing the light of our futures. Youth, rise! We are the torch bearers of change. If you do not raise our voices, who will? If you do not raise our voices, who will? If you do not build this nation, who will? We are the fire that will burn away the darkness. We are the storm that will sweep away injustice and bring prosperity. Our ancestors shed their blood to give us this nation. We cannot sell it. We cannot lose it. We are the fire. We will burn every despair away. Now we must decide. Now we must decide. Will we drown in the darkness of despair or rise as the sun of hope? Will we change the fate of this nation or will we let it remain in shackles? King Birendra once said, even if I die, shall my country live on? All the youths, carry these words in your heart and engrave a monument of change in the course of history. Nepal is ours and its future is in our hands. Jai Yuva, Jai Nepal!
Woo! That little motherfucker, woo! He get me hyped. Woo! Yeah, he needs to be like, you know what I'm saying, the coach for the Browns. Like, yo, have me run through a fucking wall. Like, yo, that's what we talking about. You know, that type of energy. And these little motherfuckers took to the streets. They took to the streets. Burn that motherfucking shit down. Had the fucking, the parliament had to be helicoptered out of their homes. They burned the whole shit to the ground, the kids. And then, a few days later, elected the replacement. A woman elected the replacement. And then helped clean up the streets. Like, but that's the thing. They replaced the whole fucking government. They took to the streets, burned it down, and made them fucking do it. We definitely got the fucking artillery. We can get this shit done. right? It's about that type of energy. We need it. We ain't ready yet, though, I fear. We ain't ready yet. But that's what we need to be getting to. That's the space that we need to go. Because they're not going to relinquish power without it being taken. They're not going to do it. We have to go take it. And not for ourselves like they would do, but to make sure that the people in power are operating on our best interest. The people that we have hired, our employees, are working accordingly. If we owned Acme Company and we hired these employees, how much longer are we going to allow them to fucking run our shit to the ground? How much longer are we going to let them do the things that they're doing before we say, you know what, you're fucking fired? We got to get somebody in here because you're going to sink the ship, the whole fucking ship. We got to get somebody else in here. I'm sorry. Thanks for stopping by the booth. Get the fuck out of here. You wouldn't stand for this shit in your own business. So why are we standing for this shit in our country? And again, maybe I'm way off base. Please comment to me in this fucking chat and tell me I'm wrong. Please send me an email at theelevatedspace.com and tell me I'm not .com at Gmail. You know what I'm saying? elevatedspace@gmail.com and tell me I'm not right. Because we should be taking this fucking shit over. Like, there's no way we would allow this at our own business. And they should be working for us. But yet we have allowed them to run this fucking shit amok. There's no way that we shouldn't have universal health care. Again, they're just greedy bastards that want us to remain poor. We're going to get to that next podcast on how bad they want us to remain poor. But for now, we'll stick where we're at. So what else can we do? Because we ain't ready. We're not there yet to take this whole fucking shit over. What else can we do? We can boycott, right? Again, the Target boycott worked. Jimmy, obviously, the Jimmy Kimmel shit, that worked with ABC. It works if we want to work it. Like, eventually, I feel like we need a general strike where nobody fucking goes to work. You remember like COVID? Shut this fucking shit down. Like, shut this whole goddamn shit down. We need to get to that space to where it's like, you know what? Nah, we quit. Well, you ain't got to quit your job. But everybody, even if it's for 1 day, 2 days, I mean, like, we'll just say 2 days. Even if you did like a Friday, Monday type of thing, you got yourself a long weekend. If everybody did it, a Friday, Monday type of situation where we ain't showing up to work, we ain't going to buy nothing, we ain't doing shit but sitting at home, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, have a space party at your crib. But I think, but when we do it, it can't be, because again, also, okay, so Kimmel, he got fired. Everybody started canceling their subscription. They hired this motherfucker right back, right? How long before they cancel this motherfucker again? Because they only do it to placate us enough, to pacify us enough to where we're not like, man, no. We need to keep that fucking energy up. We got to keep that goddamn energy up. Like, the Montgomery boycott, like the bus boycott, Rosa Parks, that lasted over a year. 300 and some days. I want to say it was like 380 days. That was over a year. Make them motherfuckers feel it. Because that's all they respect is money. And that's all that's going to get their attention. Violence will get their attention too, but not as much as the money. I mean, if you're not willing to do the whole violence, right? If we're not willing to do Nepal, Nepal, if we're not willing to do Nepal, the money is the next best option. But you can't be pussy with it. You gotta be hard. You gotta fucking stand on your square and be like, nah. And even if you give me some concessions to take Uncle Ben off the box and, you know, Aunt Jemima, I ain't coming back. Because how many people just gonna go right back, get the Hulu back? Like, because how many times you gonna do that? No, you gotta know when you go against us, there's fucking consequences. So you'll know not to fucking do it in the first place. Let it not be actionary. Let it not like reactionary. No, like I ain't gonna create that action in the first place because these motherfuckers, they ain't playing. Yes, you respect us. Respect our authority. Follow me? Like, yo, it's got to be more than that. And so we can't be, you know what I'm saying, just like, oh, just until the moment's gone. Make them pay. Again, the Montgomery boycott was over a year. Make them learn not to even cross us in the first fucking place. Follow me? Like, yeah, no. Hey, Rodney. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, gotta go full energy all the time. Ask my homies, hey, that's the way I play basketball, boy. I was a little Robin out there. Hey, hey, defense. But actually, we don't need to be on defense. Like, you can't. That's the way we've been doing defense. We actually need to be like we gotta play both defense and offense because we've been playing defense. But it's time to get on the offensive side on the offensive side of the ball at this point. We gotta take it to them. And I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've been lulled to sleep. We ain't ready for that action, but we gotta get ready. We need to get ready. So a general strike can work. Again, it will make them respect us. Respect our power. And I honestly, we shouldn't coordinate this online. I know that's a convenient thing. We need to start getting in our private groups. Even if you're going to do it online, be in a private group. To where it's like, all right, yo, this chapter talks to this chapter, this talks to this chapter. We need to stop putting all our feelings online. Start being a little more covert with our actions and our plans. You know what I mean? Like you don't see any, you don't see like Phil Jackson out there, hey, you know, like broadcasting the play to the world, like when they talking to him on the sideline. No. We got to start being a little more covert with the way we tend to move. And I get it. Social media is an easy way to do that. But they ain't had that back in the day with the boycott, with the Montgomery boycott. It can be done. We have become reliant on this technology, but it's not our friend. Well, it can be, but we're not using it in that way. Right? So, if we just not show up Friday to Monday, or hell, we can do a whole month. And that's the thing. I'm talking about everybody. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't go to work, you just call off. You just call off Friday and you call off Monday. And not just call off. Don't spend a dime that entire weekend. Actually, it's time we start thinking about canceling fucking Christmas. I'm not joking. It's time we talk about canceling Christmas. It's a commercialized holiday that we just overspend and put ourselves in more debt for anyway. Trying to, give our kids this and that and the things that they probably don't deserve in the first fucking place. I'm going to keep it real. Anyway, but that's why it's called Black Friday. Because most of the time when those companies get into the black because they're running the deficit for the whole year. They're in the red the whole year. They only get into the black after Thanksgiving for Christmas shopping and spending. Cancel fucking Christmas. If you want to do Christmas, do it after. Do Kwanzaa, right after Christmas, the week between Christmas and New Year's. Right, do it then. Matter of fact, everything is on sale then. Everything will be on sale at that point. You get everything 70% off. Because they really trying to get their money back then. Got to stop playing a game. We have to stop playing their game. We got to start doing it our way. We got to start making them go back to capitulating to our needs. If we still want to keep the society this way, we gotta still, that's fine. But you're gonna have to respect me and our buying power. You're gonna have to respect me and our buying power. I'm gonna try. I don't know. Again, I'm new at this. I'm gonna try to put our buying power in the chat or like at the bottom of the screen. Hopefully I can do it. But it's ridiculous. I don't want to give wrong stats out, so I won't. But I'm going to try to put it at the bottom of the screen. Our buying power is fucking ridiculous. And we need to operate like we know that. We need to walk around with our nuts hanging. Because we buy a lot, but half the time it's on shit we don't fucking need. Half the time we buy shit to prove that we're not poor. We buy a lot, but usually it's on the wrong shit. We're fucking consumer based. Yeah, fucking cancel Christmas. Or again, move it. You ain't gotta cancel it, but let's not do it on the day they say we have to. Start on the 26th. Or nope. Because most of the things are closed on the 25th and you're gonna want to start. Nope, you got to make sure that they don't get nan dollar before, the 27th or something like that. Like seriously, we got to be intentional with this shit and the way we move. Like, yeah, we got to start trying to flip this fucking shit over. And I'm going to say, the next thing I'm going to say on how we can do this, or what we need to do, I should say. It's going to be unpopular. This next thing that I say is going to be probably wildly unpopular. We need to vote. I know. They have poisoned the well on voting. You have voted before and you still got Trump. You have voted this and you have voted that, right? And so you might be disenchanted because you haven't seen the fulfillment of your voting efforts. Okay? I can see that. I can see how that could be. But I feel also, though, that that's not a reason to not continue. I hate to pull the ancestor card, but I'm sure every time they voted, it didn't turn out in that way, in the way that they would like it to. That didn't mean they quit or they stopped voting. You know what I mean? I feel like people are instant gratification now, and like, oh, if it didn't happen, I tried. I even tried twice, and so now I'm not voting no more. And again, when you got stupid motherfuckers like Ice Cube talking about no tangibles, no vote. Yeah, right? Oh, well, they ain't giving me nothing for my vote. Yeah, but they can take everything a fucking way, you dumbass. Because that's all voting is. That's all politics is. It is the distribution of resources. So I'm electing the person that's going to decide how those resources are allocated. So if you're not a part of the process, the people that hate your fucking guts are going to allocate said resources away from you. You not being part of the process does not help the cause. Like, if we had 100% of participation in voting as black people, bro, we would run this shit. But people have become disenchanted. People don't believe that their vote matters. It don't count. And yeah, but you know what? It doesn't count as much because they make sure it doesn't. So these states be gerrymandering fucking states and districts, and they be looking like real weird squiggly lines to make sure they like limit all the black people that would vote in the area so that we'll get more more congressional seats. They make it so like this area is like, it looks like Jeremy Bellamy. Never mind, it's an inside joke. If you've seen The Good Place, you'll understand. But it makes it like, yo, it's all weird as far as the way the district lines are drawn. So it's only concentrates the white people in that district, so they'll pick up more seats. These motherfuckers know the game. Like they like, and it's like Monopoly. They know the game that's being played. They know the game. They know the rules. Meanwhile, you don't even want to roll the dice. Yet they throwing up fucking hotels and they throwing up houses and hotels out here in these streets. Yet you don't even want to roll. You want to skip your turn. You don't want to vote. Like, I just don't understand it. That should not even be an option. That should not even be an option. And I get how you might feel like it's not providing the results that you want. But however, we need to be able to do both things. We need to be able to walk and chew gum at the same fucking time. We can do that. We have done that. You can't act like, oh, yo, no, hey, and do it. You can't be a spoiled brat and go home. These motherfuckers are going to bury you. Like, they're going to bury your fucking ass. I need people to be more engaged in the process. I need you to be more engaged. And again, even run for your local office. Hey, everybody has their ministry, right? Running for local office might not be your bag. That might not be your bag. That's fine. Do something. Get engaged. Everybody has a role to play in this shit. Like, be engaged to try to make this change happen. The Moms for Liberty motherfuckers that was in there, like, going into school boards, banning books and shit. Those motherfuckers, look, most of them ain't even have kids in the goddamn school district. But you know what? I pay my taxes here, and this goes towards here, and these kids are a part of my community. So I have a say. Again, like, find your ministry. It don't have to be that. As a matter of fact, there's a thing called the 6 Calls app. Download that, and it'll call all, you know what I'm saying? You can call all your you know what I'm saying, the congressmen and senators in your districts. In your district. And tell them how you feel about whatever said topic is. Let them know that you are aware, that you are a concerned citizen about the way this thing is going. Like, we have to do that. Again, yeah, like, you try to act like my vote don't matter. They don't want you to fucking vote. They don't want you to fucking vote. Listen to this. So, Paul Weich, I think is his name. Paul Weich, I don't know, whatever. But he was the beginner, I don't know, the leader, the creator of the Heritage Foundation. You know the Heritage Foundation. I'm sure you've heard it before. This is the motherfucker that wrote Project 2025. This is the organization that wrote Project 2025 that everybody said, oh, it's a hoax, it's a myth. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers is completing this shit to the T. But yeah, oh no, they ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, Project 2025 ain't shit. Meanwhile, check. So the Heritage Foundation, they were the authors of that shit. So this dude, Paul Weich, I don't know how to pronounce his name. You go ahead and look it up. You got Google. He had something to say about voting. Let's listen.
Now, many of our Christians have what I call the goo-goo syndrome. Good government. They want everybody to vote. I don't want everybody to vote. Elections are not won by a majority of people. They never have been from the beginning of our country, and they are not now. As a matter of fact, our leverage in the elections, quite candidly, goes up as the voting populace goes down.
See what I'm saying? If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't do so much to take it away from you. See what I'm saying? Like, if your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't do so much to take it away from you. Simple and plain. They wouldn't. But they try to do everything to make sure everybody can't vote. To make sure, you know what I'm saying? That's why they do all these things on election day, if you watch, to make sure, bomb threats to fucking voting polls and all the shit that they do to make sure that you can't vote. Because the less people vote, the more their chances increase. Because they can't run on policy because their policy is shit. So they got to cheat. But if the numbers were overwhelming, there would be no way they could. There would be no way that they could. They can't, like, you could steal a couple, you know what I'm saying, counties here, a couple thousand votes, you know what I mean? You can do that. You can skim the numbers. But if everybody came out and voted, there would be no way. We need that type of engagement. Because the other alternative is we gotta leave. We have to leave. And I don't think everybody's in a position to do so. The companies that were favorable to us realize now that, hey, this is escape. No, they're raising the bar for you to be allowed access to their country now to live there. And to be honest, I don't think they want us to go nowhere. It's talking about Trump and them. Hey, like, they building all these walls around the country. Hey, it's like Goody Mob, and like, hey, in the in the prophetic words of CeeLo Green, I wonder if the gate was put up to keep crime out or keep our ass in. Who's that peeking in my window? Pow! Nobody now. Yes, in the words of CeeLo Green, I wonder if the walls are put up to keep crime out or keep our ass in. Like, hey, it's questions we need to start asking ourselves. It's questions we need to start asking ourselves. Like, But at the end of the day, you got to stand up. You have to stand in your purpose. Not to mention, we do have, I shouldn't say we, there is a No King's Day again happening on October 18th. I think last time it was like 6 million people out in them streets. But I think, like, again, that's cool and all. But if we're going to do this, we got to do this. It can't be periodic. Oh, on the third Sunday of X. No. It's not revolution. It's not revolution. Again, get organized in your local communities with your local people. Find how start to build your own walls. And I don't know. Maybe we need to just move somewhere else. Maybe we should just take, you know how they gentrify like our neighborhoods? Maybe we should just go gentrify a whole state. You know what I'm saying? Why don't we just move to fucking, like, just everybody just move to fucking Utah? You know what I'm saying? Let's take over Utah. Like, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm willing for suggestions. I'm here for suggestions, but I'm not, so I don't know all the answers. But we got to start thinking outside the box, people, because they are. They are. But again, stand in your square. Stand, like, build your communities where you are until we decide to go to Utah. Stay, build your communities where you are, and we gonna find we gonna get a path through. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, the only way is through. We're gonna go through. So, but we're gonna do this together, right? We're gonna do this together. So, like, I don't know. We're gonna have to get our money right. You gotta get our money right. Make sure you have a passport. If you don't have a passport, people, go get one immediately. It's only a couple $100. I'm sure you spend more over the weekend doing all your, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get in all that. Whatever you do, you do. But skip a weekend. If you feel like it's not in your budget, skip a weekend of all your debauchery and whatever, and go get your passport, people. Again, this society is surrounded to make sure you don't. Like, you got child support in arrears. They ain't gonna let you get one. Felonies, they might not let you get one. They don't want you to leave. They like, again, they hate us, but they love what we bring them. They love our contributions. They just want us to be silent with it. We can't do that anymore. But before I get out of here, I just, please take my words, I guess, seriously. Stand on your square. Be intentional with your movements. Keep your head on swivel, because they coming. Not to mention, keep your, get you some means of protection. Just in case. Something pocket size. Something for the house. And if that's not your bag, there is non-lethal type of things you can get that'll put someone down. But be able to protect yourself in your space. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like boxing. Protect yourself at all times. Right? Again, we don't need to be the aggressor, but we need to be able to defend ourselves. Just like, anything like, people be like, oh, I can't fight. You don't have to fight, but you should know how. You should know how. Although, I think being in a fight builds fucking character. Like, if you've never been in a fight, I gotta look at you strange. Like, you should know, like, that feeling when someone's coming to aggress upon you and know how to get said person off. Like, you know what I mean? I do think, and honestly, I think losing fights builds character. I've lost a couple. Matter of fact, probably several. My record's probably on the plus side here. You don't get it twisted. But I've lost a few fights, for sure. But I do think it builds character. Because you got to lose and get to pick yourself off the mat and be like, you know what? Fuck. And decide how you going to get your get back. Or not at all. And be like, you know what? I just take this L. I deserve that ass kicking. Sometimes that's the case. So I do think, losing builds character. And right now we losing. And we got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We got to get up off the mat. Have our plan of, our plan of attack and execute. Because honestly, we can win this shit if we get together. We just got to do it. We got to be about that life. All right. All right, fam. Thanks for tuning in to the Elevated Space podcast. Again, please reach out to me. Leave a comment where you've seen this on video. And if you haven't seen this, you're listening to it, that's fine. Shoot out to me with an email at theelevatedspace@gmail.com and say, hey, you know what? I hated what the fuck you just said. Or I loved it. Or be like, you know what? I got a question. How can I X? You insert the rest of that there. You know what I mean? But I am a Westbrook. Ask Uncle Sean. You know what I mean? Ask Uncle Sean. I will give you the answer to your question. You know what I'm saying? Like Miss Cleo, call me now. You know what I'm saying? Call me now. I will give you the answer to the question that you need. And if I don't, hey, what you gonna lose? It's gonna be the same thing. So no, reach out to me either way. And I'm here for I'm here for it all. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, folks. And hey, it's that time of the show. I'm gonna leave you with a quote. But the way you do anything is the way you do everything. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Peace.